I'm Mike Quackenbush. This is Till We Make It, and today we're talking about 3 things you must do after every single performance, and 1 to never do. All too often, we spend a lot of our time developing our wrestler side of the equation and not enough on the professional side of the equation. But you've got to be good at both if you want to be a professional wrestler. And presenting yourself as a real professional is the key to networking and your career advancement. So I want to share with you 3 important things you must do after every single performance. Let's say you've just come back from the ring. You're covered in sweat, you're all blown up. All you want to do is head all the way back to the dressing room area and towel off, maybe grab yourself a shower. It's time for that protein shake, but wait. Don't head to the back just yet. Don't take off for Perkins. It's not time for that. You need to hang out right behind the curtain or at gorilla position and wait for the person you are performing with to come back as well. And then you need to thank them for the performance and make sure they are not injured. This kind of professional courtesy and care goes a long way in building bridges. And as a responsible professional, you want to make sure that you did not injure the person that just shared the ring with you. Sometimes this is an apt opportunity to ask the person you were performing with if they have any tips on ways you might be able to improve the next time the 2 of you are paired together. But I certainly appreciate that sometimes what we really want to do is find ourselves a cold bottle of water and sit down. So that's part of the equation you might want to play by ear, but never neglect this part. Always be there waiting to thank them the moment they come back from the match, and make sure they are not hurt. I want to be able to wrestle for as long as I would like. I don't wish to be forced out by circumstance or by injury. And I appreciate when a fellow professional takes that extra time just to make sure that I was well taken care of in the match. It goes a long way with me, and I'm certain it does with performers all over the world. And a second thing you must do after every single performance is seek out the person who gave you that stage time and thank them as well. Depending on the organization you are working for, that person might be the promoter or the booker. They could be a director or a producer, a coach, a talent scout. They might have any kind of title or job description. But you want to make sure you seek them out and express your gratitude for the stage time they gave you. Being granted stage time or the opportunity to perform in front of paying customers is a privilege. It is never a right. It is never owed to someone. Each and every time we are given the stage in front of even one paying customer, we are privileged to do so. And the person that gifted you that opportunity deserves to be thanked. And there's that third thing you must do after every performance you have. And in my personal preference, I like to wait until we have cooled down, toweled off a little bit, and come down out of our performance mode before I ask this question of the person that shared the stage with me. Is there anything I could have done better for you? What I like about this question is that it makes it clear to the person I was just performing with that I am here in service to you. It's easy to imagine that the performance might be all about us, but it takes 2 to tango, and no one makes professional wrestling by themselves. In a vacuum, you need someone to perform with, and it's important the person who trusted you with their safety and well-being feels like that is being respected and appreciated. In addition to that, if there's something I could be doing to make the performance better, I want to know. And by having that moment of honest conversation with the person that just shared the stage with me 10 or 20 minutes before can be very revealing. That's why I always make it a point to seek that person out and ask them if there was anything I could have done better for them. Those are 3 easy things I think everyone needs to do right after their performance. And I want to share with you one thing I think you should never do after you come back from the stage. This thing you should never do after your match, I admit somewhat sheepishly, comes from a mistake and a hard lesson I had to learn myself. Several years ago, I was working for a large wrestling organization, and I was gifted 15 minutes of stage time. Before it was even over, I knew this was not my best performance, and I felt disappointed in myself. When I came back through the curtain, I sought out the person who gave me that stage time, and I apologized for not giving a stronger performance. And this was a mistake. What I discovered later was that that very person was watching backstage on the monitor and loved the performance. It was exactly what they wanted, but I had soured their opinion on it by expressing my disappointment in myself to them. So the thing I think you should never do is take a crap on your own match. I'm not saying you should walk around backstage boasting about what a great performance you had after every single match. Absolutely not. But what I am saying is, if you come back through that curtain and you know that was not exactly your best work that you left out there, you don't need to be the first one to say so. The truth is, there is always a better match waiting out there for us to have. And yes, a lot of times we can be disappointed in what we leave on stage. But that is our interpretation, and we want to be careful not to color the interpretation of other people who may have enjoyed the performance a whole lot. Please don't misunderstand. I'm not encouraging you to be dishonest about the quality of the matches that you have, but what I am cautioning you against is walking to the back and announcing to anybody listening that you're about to take a dump on your own performance. If you are disappointed by the performance that you just had, maybe save that for the diner, or the bar, or the ride home after the event. But it is not necessarily the kind of thing you want to go expressing, especially to the people who are kind enough to grant you stage time. I hope this kind of content is useful to you, and that Till We Make It is proving to be a valuable resource in your journey, wherever it might lead. If that proves to be the case, make sure to give me one of these, hit that subscribe button below, and ring the bell so you get a notification the next time a Till We Make It comes out.